Hey guys, Hogster here, the video showing you how to successfully peel with grips, stuns, interrupts, and pet interrupts. After watching this video, you will know exactly how to peel with death grip, asphyxiate, mind freeze, pet leap, and pet gnaw. It's vital that you understand exactly how to peel with these abilities, as you'll be using them every single game to help out your team. So to start off, let's talk about death grip. Death grip is a very important tool when it comes to peeling, as it has a relatively short cooldown at only 25 seconds, has a 30-yard range, and you can use it twice with the PvP set bonus. Death grip is great for pulling people off of your teammates to give them some breathing room when they're in trouble, and is exceptionally strong on Dalaran and Blades Edge Arena, as you can grip people down from the platforms and out of line of sight. Doing this takes an enemy player out of the game for a few seconds and allows your team to recover from any bad situations that they are currently in. Now, this clip is a great demonstration of peeling with death grip. Now, you can see that the enemy shaman has popped all his cooldowns, so I attempt to run away, double grip the enhance off of my healer, and it allows him to go behind the pillar and comfortably top himself and not be in any more danger. In this game against Kitty the warrior pops is recklessness, so to help my partner out, I jump off and grip the warrior down, abusing the Z axis on the map, so that my partner can freely get away, top himself, and not be in too much danger. Another very strong peel you have is asphyxiate. Like death grip, this has a short cooldown, can be used from 30 yards away, and doesn't cost any of your resources to use. This ability is very strong, as it will stun your target in place and stop them in their tracks, preventing all incoming damage or CC onto your team. Moving on to some asphyxiate clips. In this game against all at Minkin and 2s, we're both very low at this point. They have a lot of CC. So I'm going to stun the Moonkin as he has a Star Surge proc. I don't want him to burst my shaman down with it, and I grip the Warlock's cast to stop any more incoming damage. This clip is also a great example of how you can combine both death grip and asphyxiate to effectively peel and stop damage completely on your team. This clip is a good example of how you can peel for your partner by stopping CC to allow you to stay offensive and gain pressure. As you can see here, the mage has used Deep Priest on my healer, and the priest is running towards him to follow it up with a fear. Now I need to stop this, so I use my asphyxiate to peel for my healer so that we can go offensive and start forcing cooldowns from the enemy team. Mind Freeze is the next spell we will go over. Mind Freeze is a 15-second cooldown melee range interrupt, and if you successfully land the interrupt, it will stop the enemy from casting any spell in that school for 4 seconds. This is great when it comes to peeling for your team to stop any incoming CC or to just prevent damage. This clip is demonstrating how you can stop damage with Mind Freeze. It's pretty much me and my shaman are both very low at this point. The Moonkin's got his Eclipse active, and to prevent my shaman from dying, I'm going to stop the hard cast Starfire, and that just prevents Moonkin casting anything in his nature school for a few seconds and allowing my shaman to maybe get away or cast a few heals. Mind Freeze is also great for stopping damage, but it's also good for stopping CC. When using Mind Freeze, you will often find yourself playing mind games with the enemy, as they will be trying to fake cast to make you use your Mind Freeze so they can successfully cast a spell. So just be aware of this and try not to instantly Mind Freeze every time. You should also try to mix up your interrupting patterns, and what this means is if you kick the first cast every time, the enemy will remember that and easily fake you. So trying to mix it up by interrupting later, maybe interrupt the second or third cast, just don't do the same thing every time, and you'll probably find yourself successfully interrupting more often. Okay, now it's time for the fun part. Pet stuns and interrupts. Managing your pet correctly can be a game changer as an unholy DK. A lot of people just don't expect to be interrupted by a pet charging at them to stop their cast, so taking full advantage of this can often put you ahead in a game. So pausing this clip for a moment, you can see that the Moonkin and Warlock have dotted me up, my shaman isn't in my loss, and I'm about to take some huge damage because the Warlock's costing a heart into me with 4 dots. So I realised this and decided that because I have my Dark Transformation active, the best thing I can do is Shambling Rush, which is the pet's leap ability when empowered, to stop the cast and peel for myself. You could also use the ability the same way to stop any crowd control incoming, or even stop heals if you're going offensive. Pet Stun, otherwise known as Gnaw, is also very strong and will stop people dead in their tracks if it lands. Gnaw is a 3-second stun on a 1-minute cooldown, but if your pet is empowered with the use of Dark Transformation, it will turn into a 4-second stun. This clip I have against Godcomp is an example of how effective Gnaw can be. Right now you can see my Moonkin is low, my shaman is about to get put into a full silence which forces his Spirit Link and his Trinket. My Moonkin does solar beam, so to prevent the mage from doing any more damage, I gnaw the mage inside the beam, therefore peeling for my team. The mage cannot blink out of this because of the beam silence. Last but not least, Pet Leap's second use is when your pet is empowered and you leap at your enemy, it charges and roots the target in place for 3 seconds. This ability is strong against melee cleaves to peel for your healer. In this example against a kick cleave, you can see how the warrior has his recklessness up and my shaman really needs to get away from him. So I use my Pet Leap on the warrior so that my shaman can get some distance from the warrior to top himself up. Now you've seen the different ways that you can use these abilities to peel for your team. There's one important thing I want to add about Pet Gnaw. Pet Gnaw can be dodged and parried, and this can be very frustrating, so to make sure that it will land 100% of the time, you want to combine it with your Pet Leap so that your Pet Leaps behind your target before stunning, therefore removing any chance of it being dodged or parried. This is particularly important versus melee such as DKs, rogues and warriors. So to finish up this video, let's do a quick recap of everything that was talked about. First off, we had Death Grip, which was a 30-second cooldown and a 30-yard range. Death Grip is great for pulling people off your teammates to give them some breathing room, or to simply abuse the Z-axes on Dalaran or Blades Edge Arena. The next thing we went over was Asphyxiate, which is our 30-second cooldown, 30-yard range, 5-second stun. This doesn't cost any of our resources to use and it's great for stopping CC or simply stopping your target in their tracks when peeling for your team. It basically takes the target out of the game for 5 seconds. We then went on to talk about Mind Freeze, which is our 15-second cooldown melee range interrupt, which is great once again for stopping CC or damage and locking out certain magic schools for 4 seconds, preventing the target from using any spells. Of course, any downside to this is that if, for example, he was to kick a mage on his Frost School, he can cast Polymorph or use his Blanket Counter spell instead because they are on the Arcane School. Last of all, we had our pet abilities, which were Leap and Gnaw. These abilities become stronger when your pet is empowered through the use of Dark Transformation and change the way they work. When you have empowered Gnaw, it turns from a 3-second stun into a 4-second stun. When your Leap is empowered, it turns into a charge, interrupts spellcasting and roots the target. Both of these can be used either to root enemies in place for a few seconds to stop them from connecting to their target, or you can use it to interrupt any incoming CC or damage onto your team. That pretty much concludes this video, and as always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer them. Thanks for watching.